Your job isn't about to become replaced by a robot. It's about to be turned into a subscription. And your boss is going to be paying for that subscription instead of paying for you. Want to know how? Stick around.
You're watching Burst Comms.
I worry about purposelessness. And, you know, we get so much from our jobs other than a paycheck. And you can't replace that stuff. So I worry for society.
How many times this month did you have to click something that said submit and wait for a decision on it? Could have been an expense claim, holiday request, refund, even a mortgage. You already live in a world run by decisions that you never get to see being made. Now imagine the person who used to make those decisions is getting replaced by AI. That's the future that's being built right now. One where decisions made previously by people will soon be made by tools. AI is not coming for jobs. That's too vague of a statement. It's coming for moments. It's coming to try and understand the why in every decision we make so that it can replicate the task itself, so that it can run and do a job that it currently doesn't fully understand yet. It's the mundane stuff, things like the moment your boss approves spending, where HR decides who gets to be interviewed, the moment a bank decides your interest rate, the moment a support team decides if your refund is approved. If your job is basically look at information, make a call, move something forward, then I've got bad news for you. AI is critically close to making those calls better than we can, because the call can be copied. And once it is copied, we stop having leverage in the workplace. I'm not pretending this is some sci-fi moment. Most white-collar work is already a machine with a human strapped to the front. You do not get paid to type, you get paid to decide. But the decisions are repetitive. You check a spreadsheet and decide if something looks wrong. You read an email and decide if it needs escalation. You look at a customer history and decide if they're worth chasing. If you've ever said any of these statements, this is you. It depends. We need to check the contract terms. Can I send you that again in the right format? I'll put it into the system, or let's align offline. It's a favorite. Congratulations. You're a translator between humans and systems. And AI is after that job. And it doesn't get tired as the morning coffee wears off either.
The first stage, of course, is to enable people to get productivity boost with the AI, where the AI is really assisting you. Mm-hmm. And then the next most important thing that customers end up doing that gives them a real return on investment is to rethink their high-value business process or high-cost business processes.
The lie you're being sold is that AI is an assistant here to help you. But help you do what exactly? Your job? And so what if it helps you do your job faster? Do you see what happens next? Your employer won't say take the rest of the day off. They will give you more work to do and then quietly adjust the headcount needs. Then your department will mysteriously shrink one head at a time, and you get a badge that says AI enabled, like it's a promotion, but it's actually just a sign of the inevitable. Because even if you disagree, it won't stop. Right now, AI feels a bit fun but dull for the average employee. And why is that? It's because it's dressed up as a productivity assistant, and productivity is boring, along with most things in the office. But underneath, it's a transfer of power, your power, and your value as an employee.
People that will join companies next year will be managers on day one. They will just be managing a workforce that is an agentic-based workforce, one that is extremely powerful and sometimes clumsy.
You'll probably already get where this is going, but I'll say it in plain English just in case. Companies want to take the decisions you make as part of your daily work and turn it into software. And then own it. Once they own it, they can do three things: Replace people who used to make those decisions, standardize those decisions so nobody can argue, and then charge a fee for access to the tool that makes the decisions. This is how a helper becomes the replacement. Think of it like sat-nav. It started as helpful, and now most people can't drive without it, and that's where this goes. Only instead of directions, it's your work. It's the value you previously added to the daily task. And once the tool is the standard, companies will have to compete with each other on new terms, using tools instead of employees. And those companies left operating the old-fashioned way, with a human workforce, will start to look expensive and slow. And shareholders don't like those two words in the same sentence. But while this probably sounds obvious to you, it's missing one vital major point. The system needs people to have jobs in order for the system to survive. So let's break down then how AI tools might break the system. If enough people lose wage power, you get a simple problem for any company and by extension, the economy. Less people earning money means less people buying your product. Less buying means less revenue earned each year, and less revenue means more cost cutting, and that always includes jobs. But capitalism has always been somewhat tunnel visioned on earnings, whilst generally missing the wider view. And don't get me wrong, communism isn't the answer either, because if capitalism was tunnel visioned, communism was flat out blindfolded. So the system needs to find a fix for the new model, where people are no longer doing the work. And there are some ideas floating about, but they all come with problems of varying degrees. UBI, robot taxes, subsidies, or credits. Basically anything that keeps consumption alive while paid work gets chopped. And yes, UBI or universal basic income can help, but don't be naive. A monthly payment can be a safety net. It can also be a leash. And leashes get yanked if you don't do as you're told. So if your job is gone, your bargaining power is gone, strikes no longer exist in anything other than a meaningless play, your survival just becomes a policy detail, and policies always change. So the question then is, what is the fix likely to look like and how might it work? How might employment look for those that are self-employed? Picture this. A handful of companies are building tools that everyone else will have to use if they wish to remain competitive. Once you have to use them, it basically becomes a form of rent. You pay to run your business. You pay to reach your customers. You pay to be discovered. And you pay to automate your office tasks. Basically, you pay to comply. And the funniest part is, they'll probably call it efficiency. Landlords call rent housing. And once AI becomes a necessary tool for all businesses just to remain relevant or profitable, true competition just dies. Because everyone has to pay the same gatekeepers, society will have to adapt to the new AI-reliant life. But how that might pan out is still yet to be decided. As always, different countries will take different paths. But all of the options will require dramatic change, and for societies and humans, dramatic change is never painless.
My view is that once you get to that sort of stage of radical abundance and post-AGI, I think economics starts changing.
So what are the options? Well, option one, machines do all the work, but ownership is shared or taxed enough that you still get paid in some form. A dividend, public stake, or whatever you want to call it. And we can call this model techno-communism. It sounds plausible at first. However, the problem with communism is that it kills the reward for hard work or for overcoming challenges. A life without challenges quickly becomes a life without meaning, and humans don't do well when they're unhappy. Birth rates fall, crime rates go up, and overall, people will manufacture challenges just to feel a sense of achievement. And those challenges can be somewhat self-destructive at times. So then there's option two. You pay rent forever. We'll call this one techno-feudalism. Tools are privately owned, unavoidable, and everything becomes subscription for life. Work, identity, distribution, even being visible. We can strive for things, but the lords of the world, the owners of the land, will always have the final say. Sure, we can, within reason, carve out a nice life for ourselves, but the limits of our freedom will be clearly marked. And then there's option 3, where work becomes optional for some and absolute misery for others. A hobby economy for the winners, survival economy for everybody else. The jobs that remain are filled by those with no other options, and the return to a form of self-ascribed subservience and a life of toil for those at the bottom. And there's a dark truth about all of these options, and that is that all 3 can exist at the same time. That's the grim bit, because depending on where you are in the world will dictate on the model that is in use. So returning to the original point, currently when you click submit, a human decides. And that's a human you can argue with. But what is coming is a bigger shift than just job losses alone. Decision power is moving out of the hands of people and into the hands of AI tools. And once that system becomes the standard, you don't negotiate with your employer anymore. You negotiate with the system. And the system always follows orders. Now, on the upside, that might eradicate corruption and cheating, which could be genuinely good for all of us. But it might also make those that own the system the owners of us all. Only time will tell.